Hello, welcome to Civisitas, the channel that tells you important things about the places you visit. Because if you understand where you are, it is easier to admire the place where you are. In this video, I will mention some things I learned when I visited the Museum of the City of Guadalajara, in the state of Jalisco. In this video, I will only cover from the foundation in 1542 to the end of the 17th century. On Independencia Street at number 684, you can find the Museum of the City of Guadalajara, where you can enjoy a space dedicated to the reflection and study of the history, traditions and customs of the capital of Jalisco, from the year of the definitive foundation of the city in 1542 to the present day. Sixteenth century. The Spanish cities followed an ideological plan represented, among other ways, by the urbanistics. They were requirement for a foundation a public square, flanked by a city hall, seat of the political power, a church, seat of religious power, a gallows scaffold. Around these central elements were placed in order of importance the richest and most prominent citizens, as close as possible, and the further away they were a lower social status they represented, until they reached the peripheries where the poor and dispossessed settled. Beyond were communal and reserved land. In 1552, the first school of the Spanish language was installed on the land where the cathedral is currently located, which tried to unify communication in the face of the diversity of language and dialects, the most common among the indigenous population being Nahuatl. In 1557, the first hospital in Guadalajara was erected in the neighborhood of San Juan de Dios, where public medicine was practiced. Two years after the city was founded in 1544, only 20 of the 63 founding families remained. The other 43 moved to the other regions or established ranches nearby. By 1570, there were already 50 heads of household. In this count, only Spaniards of birth were considered. Since its foundation, the city has had problems with the water supply. The places from which they tried to haul water were Los Colomos in Zapopan, the streams Atemajac, Caballito, and Chicalote, the stream San Juan de Dios. The farthest was that of Toluquilla. The city beyond the Spanish core was organized into neighborhoods. To the south, that of Mexicalcingo. To the east, that of Analco, where the Mexicas, Tlaxcaltecas, and Purépechas warriors who helped the Spaniards to dominate the area settled. Also, to the east is the San Juan de Dios neighborhood, originally inhabited by poor people of different origins: Africans, mulattoes, mestizos, and Indians. And to the north, the neighborhood of Mezquitan, where the local Indians lived: Cocas, Cascanes, and Tecuexes. The original construction of the Spaniards were made with adobe, wood, and straw. Those of the Indians were only huts. The quarry arrived some time later. By the 17th century, it was already a Creole city in progress, so the ethnic origin expanded. There were Spaniards and Creole Spaniards, the latter born of Spaniards in the new continent. Also the aforementioned Cocas, Cascanes, Tecuexes, Purépechas, Nahuas, and Chichimecas. There were African slaves and freedmen, and they distinguished themselves as Creoles, Ladinos, from the land of Brian, from the Biad land, and from Newfoundland. Mixtures were inevitable and gave rise to castes. Due to its climate, the city was besieged by ants, scorpions, bedbugs, wasps, eaters, flies, and mice. The common solution was to subnate the furniture, wash it with bleach, use some vegetables, animals, and minerals, and pray to some saint, of which the most popular was San Martin Bishop. Due to the climate, rather hot compared to that of Spain, the so-called Thirtian diseases, fevers, were frequent, although they were not considered fatal. They were treated with sangrias, purges, with Riesling and fresh stops. Another common evil among the Spaniards, and then of all, was syphilis, because it was a common evil between the conquistadors and those who claimed to be it. Some simulated it without having it because of the status it conferred. Spanish medicine did not have to treat it, but the Indians treated it with Guayacan or Palo Santo. Since there were very few official teachers, the people they did everything: carpenters, blacksmiths, cavalry, gunsmiths, masons, cooks, veterinarians, and even doctors. If you like this video, subscribe and remember to like it.